The liberal media has largely defended President Biden, despite all the crises piling up under his watch. There's a lot of them, like inflation and gas prices, the border, the list goes on and on. Biden's failures and his dismal polling numbers have become impossible to ignore. That even some in the media, well, they are no longer running cover.
The president claims that the U.S. is in a better economic position than almost any country in the world. But he's also facing public sentiment that is making clear that Americans don't feel that strength, not by a long shot.
And the White House adrift from national tragedies to soaring inflation, the Biden administration is struggling.
They looked flat-footed and caught behind Afghanistan, inflation. They just had to apologize this week. Baby formula. The list goes on.
As much as the White House is now trying to make it clear that they're on top of this and doing everything they can to deal with it, something, as Biden likes to say, was missed between the cup and the lip.
Sometimes you just can't bear to be on a team when you feel like you're losing, and it's starting to feel that way in the Biden administration. Not only that, Harris, take a look at these headlines. There's actually speculation among the media about replacing him with another alternative in 2024, 538. Americans are unusually lukewarm about a second term. Vanity Fair. Democrats are already feeling out of their options. The Hill has a piece on potential replacements. New York Magazine, Democrats quietly search for an alternative. It's getting bad out there.
I'm glad they're not on my team. They gave up on their own guy.
They did.
Look at that. You want to wonder how he missed even acknowledging the 78th anniversary of D-Day. The guy doesn't have any friends. He doesn't have his own team. And the team, the inside team, the liberal media team, right? Adrift and flat-footed on Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I mean, all of it is true. And a true friend would tell you the truth. So you know that's not who he's surrounded by, because they're not telling him what's going on with America. We know he's not feeling it because he doesn't experience it. And I don't know what's going on at Rehoboth Beach, that he's carrying his own bags and that like Secret Service picture and vacationing 30% of the time, so on and so forth. But somebody's got to hand him a little news blotter and say, this is what's happening. He's upset because they keep correcting him. Well, he doesn't have the facts. But when you look at what they just showed on the wall, our team who has our backs and can put that back up on the wall, when you look at that, you know that there's nobody standing behind him. So they literally are leading from behind.
Yeah, he does not have the facts. In fact, it appears to be a fairy tale. Let's watch. This set the tone for the year. This was his one and only January press conference from this year, and here's what he said.
Look, I didn't overpromise, but I have probably outperformed what anybody thought would happen. The fact of the matter is that we're in a situation where we have made enormous progress.
He hasn't overperformed. He has overperformed, he says. He hasn't overpromised. Emily, and then this morning, it was like an hour ago, he tweets, the fact is America's in a stronger economic position today than just about any other country in the world. Independent experts have even projected the U.S. economy could grow faster than China's. This guy needs to wake up.
It doesn't matter what someone is telling you if you are feeling something totally different. You can tell me you're not hitting me in the face as you're punching me in the face, and I'm going to feel something really different, as have all of these polls that have illustrated that, right? So we now know that 38% of people in America feel that they were worse off now, they're financially, than they have been just a few years prior. And that is the only time, with the exception of the aftermath of the 2007 recession, that over 3 in 10 people have felt that way, going back over 50 years. But you know what actually broke my heart the most was that 6 in 10 respondents to this particular poll said that they don't think that the American dream is achievable anymore. That absolutely broke my heart. And I thought about my grandparents immigrating here. I thought about how my grandfather had to renounce his citizenship to Italy in order to become an American citizen. And he proudly displayed that citizenship certificate on the wall all of the days of his life, because to him, the American dream was real. I am the American dream because I'm his granddaughter, going back all those generations. And the fact that almost 60%, 6 out of 10 Americans, really don't feel it's achievable anymore is absolutely heartbreaking. And this is Biden's America.
And he's not arguing that point. He's not saying, I'm not going to let the American dream die. It hasn't died, and here's how we know, and here's what I'm doing about it.
Exactly. But we'll provide some more hope this morning. Harry Enten over at CNN. Here you go. Get ready.
Guess what? Since 1938, the Republican 2-point lead on the generic congressional ballot is the best position for Republicans at this point in any midterm cycle in over 80 years.
Don't often get hope from CNN.
good point. Well, listen, the midterm elections, especially for Congress in modern history, have been sort of a referendum on the presidency and what the American people think. I actually chuckled reading that Politico article yesterday where Biden and his aides were flabbergasted that his poll numbers are worse than Trump. And they're saying, but how could you view us worse than Trump? And I tweeted and I said, it's pretty simple because people's lives are worse, right? Like people will take a mean tweet and $1.99 gas. But I think the bigger problem is that they don't realize that they've created all of these problems at home. And when you have a problem in your family, you know, when you have a problem with your girls, you and your husband, y'all are solving it in the family, right? Well, for these problems that Biden and his administration have created, energy, inflation, they're solving it with our enemies. They're talking about relieving tariffs on China and getting nothing for it. They're talking about letting Iran and Venezuela, talking about letting the sanctions lapse, and it's actually happening now, and importing their oil. Why don't we fix our problems at home? Why don't we not have to get baby formula from Germany?
I can tell you
Let's
why.
fix it in the house.
Yeah. Great point.
Because he doesn't like half the people in the house.
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah.
No, seriously. And I don't know that even going back to Hillary Clinton with the deplorables comment, if they will ever get to the point where they don't have to love the other side of the country who may not vote for them, but they do have to lead them. They're everybody's leadership in White House.
Yeah, rather than marginalize them. But a mean tweet and $1.99 gas. That may be the line of the day, Morgan. Well done, Brian.
He's just so full of baloney on the economy, and that's what people care about so much. I mean, think about this. We've got $4.91 a gallon national average gas, and what did he do? Declare Defense Production Act for solar panels. I mean, if you want to understand your polls, just look at that. That's it. You're full of baloney, Mr. President. Everybody knows it, and they can't afford to live in the country, that the economy that you've built here.
Okay, it's living in La La Land, and we are paying the price.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.